Back with another episode. Been excited for this one. Known this man for 7 years, I
A
know.
long time.
So,
long
Mr.
time.
Eddie Whitehead, the best photographer in the UK.
Best photographer in the UK. We have just won another award.
Yeah.
Best in the northwest of England, 2nd year in a row.
Whoa.
That was through the Prestige Award. So yeah, at least there's something in paper that says that anyway. So yeah.
So just tell us like all the way back to your start of your journey, because I know obviously I met you at the EOS shoot, didn't I?
You would have met me when I was still working. So
Yeah.
I used, for those that don't know, I used to work in the debt industry. I used to help people get out of debt for a living. But photography has always been a passion. I've always explored that and done that on the side. And it got to a point where I had to make a choice, whether it was do I carry on doing this or do I carry on doing my photography? And I chose the photography. Ended up with a studio, which we've called Onyx because it's black. And then we've now got 2 more. Probably going to end it with a couple more as well.
It's mad because Nyla told me a story the other day, like when she first started with EOS and you had like a little bit of equipment in the corner of the room or something.
Yeah.
Obviously, you started from nothing, haven't you? Obviously, we've watched both of our journeys keep growing and growing and growing, which is nice, isn't it? Because at the end of the day, you're a good man, so it's good to see amazing things happen to you, so you deserve it.
I think both of us have just enjoyed providing a service.
Yeah.
It's never been about the money side of it. I mean, obviously, at the end of the day, we run a business. We've got to look at the bank account at some point in time, but that was never and has never been the objective.
Yeah,
we just provide a service and do what we love doing, helping people in many respects. So
it's when you do it out of love, you're more successful anyway because you're actually doing it with a stronger feeling. If you're doing it out of greed, then you'll always be going around in circles, won't you?
Mm-hmm.
So going back to the start, so you obviously was in the debt job and all that sort of stuff. Because I know a lot of people in the same situation. You like I help with a lot of coaches who's got full-time jobs and you know they want to get into the other business and all that, but then they've got the comfort blanket, which would have been your job.
Yeah.
What would you say to someone who struggles with something like that? I
think the biggest thing that was highlighted for me because of certainly working in the debt side, is we saw so many people who hadn't necessarily got it wrong, but had been left in a very difficult position.
Yeah.
So many of the debt histories that we had to write were along the lines of I had a very successful business, things were going very well, I was going from strength to strength, and then I broke my leg, and then something happened. My business partner fell ill, or we lost the unit, and that person's position had drastically changed, and then they were struggling. So it didn't necessarily put me off pursuing my path, but it certainly made me a lot more careful about it, making sure that everything was exactly where it needed to be before I made that jump. And I did it. I probably could have jumped earlier, but I held on to that comfort blanket, if you call it, to the very last minute, really. I think the best thing, as we've already said, is just keep pursuing your dream out of the love and passion for it, delivering a good service, and the money will follow. And then let go of that comfort blanket when it makes sense. There's no rush. Right. Well, I'm a bit older than you. I was able to do that at 27.
Even though you look a lot older.
I was able to do that at 27. Who's to say it's going to take you till you're 45? 35.
Well, the guy who owned KFC, when he 70 when he made it.
Yeah, 100%. There's no time limit on this. Do it in your own time.
Yeah. So
you'll reap the rewards.
Yeah, definitely. So take us back to the EOS days, because obviously I don't really know the backstory and how you got involved with that. Was that like your first big job, or was the other big jobs before that?
Yeah, so we did a few kind of clothing brand shoots, which is how I'd met Nyla. We got her doing that. I think the studio she's talking about wasn't even mine. We hired that at the time. So we were just doing lots of different bits of work on the side, mostly fitness related. But they were few and far between. I hadn't found my niche yet. Right? I hadn't found my niche. We were doing lots of different things. I thought fitness was my niche. And then now narrowing it down and kind of fast forward a couple more years, building a dedicated studio, because we were sick and tired of going to different gyms, having to take down and pack away the equipment. Equally, the clients were unhappy with having to get undressed in front of gym members, and a functioning gym isn't necessarily a suitable environment for a photo shoot. You've got tissue dispensers in the background, fire exit signs, you've got other members walking around. So we wanted a space tailored to what we needed, which we built. And I thought when I built that, I'd probably see maybe 20, 30, 40% of the bookings being there, with everything else being external. It's now 100% of the stuff we're doing there. No, we don't do anything external. So I think having that kind of under-egged estimation of where we were going to be, just again, we're talking about safety blankets and whatever else, safety nets. kind of just kind of looking at a worst case scenario is always the better option, because then, well, it's actually a lot better than that at this point.
So in terms of like your main struggles with your business, have you had any main struggles which you would give someone advice to not do or move forward?
I think the biggest struggle with the business is when it came to growing it, expanding it. And I still question, is this a scalable business? Right? Because if that is a real grey area for me. It's kind of losing that. Are we going to lose that quality of service? Are people going to be unhappy because it isn't me? But when it came to the fact that I can't physically be in 3 places at once, we need other people. And that's when I kind of had the idea that people are booking the studio, not necessarily me, and my team are trained by me. But then kind of having other people in your world then, that is something that was difficult to kind of work with, if you like. We got a few things wrong.
What did you get wrong?
Admittedly, in the way that we in the photography and creative industry, when we employed people and in trying to have people work under you, that immediately robs them of their identity and kind of puts them kind of almost beneath you. And I don't think that works for this. I think if anything, if we're talking about mentoring and growing people, that's what I wish I'd done. I wish I'd kept people's identity. I wish I'd supported them. And then obviously they're free to go and do what they want, as opposed to try and, I don't want to say control what they're doing, because I'm more than happy for people to go and do their own stuff. But I think there was definitely a better way to do it at that time. And we're still looking for that, if we're being completely honest. So we want to support who we have working for us, and just hope that they're there for the long term, as opposed to gain some experience and then go and do it themselves, which we understand people are going to want to do, and we support it. But we'd rather they try and support us as well. So,
well, that's it. It's matched energy then, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
So how did you actually get into the photography then? Like, what was the first sort of start of the journey?
I don't think many people know this, but I didn't used to wear my glasses everywhere. I never used to have these bad boys, but at the same, I used to hate the way I looked with glasses. I used to think I looked like an IT salesman. Was bullied a bit for it. So I didn't wear them around, didn't wear contact lenses because they didn't agree with me. So I went to uni with a camera to take pictures and then go back and kind of look at what I'd seen, in a way.
Really?
Went to University of Aberystwyth. It's a beautiful town in Wales. So that's kind of what I wanted to be able to do. Ended up doing it for the student uni. So then we ended up kind of doing artists like Drum Sound Bassline, Smith, Friction, Screw and Banger. And at the time, an 18-year-old student meeting these people was great. And then I went home, and there's no... there certainly wasn't any nightclubs or whatever in Knutsford, which is where I'm from. But there was a gym called Knutsford Gym, which isn't there anymore, sadly. But I went into there and said, I don't have a penny to my name because I've just come back from uni, but I can take some pictures. Will you have me do some pictures for your gym in exchange for a membership? And long and short, that is why I'm here today.
Wow.
That's why I'm doing. That's why I'm doing that, because you go from doing all the personal trainers to the members to other gyms, to then having a studio, to then having 3, and probably a few more.
So it was like turning a weakness into a strength, really, wasn't it? Your biggest weakness, what you thought was your weakness, your eyesight, was really your biggest strength. That's mad.
I forget. I mean, I always have enjoyed taking pictures as well. Let's be real there. Like, I think for someone that is that way inclined, it's fun. You're capturing a moment. And that's kind of we kind of, if you call it sell our services, we sell an experience. So the image obviously is everything. Kind of what we deliver to the customer is kind of the product, if you like. But how we go about it is what we're all about. So I think kind of providing that service, I think, is kind of what we're all about.
Yeah, definitely, 100%. Do you feel...
Went off on a tangent there.
It's all right. Now, like, it was all interesting, that stuff. That's why I wanted to learn more about you and how you got
Put your shovel away.
Let's dig a bit deeper now. Yeah. So in terms of like your... I know obviously you turned the strength into the weakness and you move forward and stuff like that. And I know you mentioned about confidence, like you've been bullied and stuff. Do you feel like your confidence has grown like now? Do you feel confident in yourself?
Yeah.
You've definitely come out your shell over even the time I've known you.
Yeah.
You've changed.
I think being very fixated on what other people are doing or conscious of what other people are even saying to you. Obviously, that occupies a certain space in your mind.
Yeah.
This went right back to school. Like I was never the popular kid or the proverbial cool kid, right?
Yeah.
I was always just, for some reason, the one that was between groups. That wasn't really accepted by either of them, right?
Yeah.
And everyone always had a thing to say and kind of an opinion to put across to me and whatever else.
Yeah.
And I've always just gone, well, I'll just go and do my own thing then. I'll just do my own thing. And for me, that was photography. And that even came to like, would you call them competitors? I'm never really bothered by what anybody else is doing.
Yeah.
I'll just do my own thing. And I'm not like comparing myself to anybody, but it's funny how a lot of those people then message now saying, oh, look, you're smashing it. Look what you do that for a job. It's like, well, yeah, because I just did my own thing.
Yeah.
Enjoy traveling or whatever it is you're doing now. And I still don't really care. Like people might be very happy doing that. And in whatever job it is, a lot of people crave comfort.
Yeah.
Right. That's something you'll never get with running a business.
No.
Ever. No. We chase something else.
Yeah.
Stress.
It has a highs and lows, but I think a lot more highs.
Yeah. 100%.
A lot more highs. I
think actually clarifying that, right. Look, we remember that there might be something horrendous that happens. There was a couple of days in the original studio, which you've obviously been to, where we had no electric because they didn't clean the gutters on the mill. So the gutters overflowed, the water went through the join of the building and went into the electrics box. No power. No shoots. Horrendous.
Wow.
Absolutely horrendous. And that I still remember that today.
Yeah.
But then I've then gone and done 5-6 shoots this week already.
It's one of them,
and they were great.
It's because it's built your tolerance to stress though.
Yeah.
So like I think the more successful you are, it's not like you're more successful. It's because you know how to tolerate stress and get over it faster.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's about tackling the lows in it. I think
it's funny how you become so tolerant to certain things, and then the smallest thing though will then just tip you over the edge.
Yeah,
I'm certainly not saying I'm going to be flipping chairs left, right, and centre, but I go home and the cat's done something different, and it's like, and it's just the biggest thing in the world. But it's like, no, it's just because I've handled this many shoots there and this many inquiries, and then there's that you go to your safe space and something's just rattled you a little bit more. But it's one of them.
So you was into photography. What about gym? Because obviously I know you're a gym man as well. Like I know you said you was kind of bullied a little bit in school. Did you start gym back then to change how you looked, or is it later on in life?
I've always just been, I think many photographers and other athletes are inspired by the look that a lot of bodybuilders bring. It's not human, is it necessarily? Look at like the supervillain physiques in the comic books and whatever, which many people are inspired by. I wasn't a comic book reader, but at the same time, like the way in which somebody looks, and then you see that in the flesh, and you see all the muscles and people like walking road maps. It's always just been amazing to work with that type of customer.
Yeah.
What I then suddenly learned, kind of going along this process over the years, is people are at different stages of the journey.
Yeah.
And what I was finding very impressive in terms of like striated shoulders and veins in the abs and whatever else.
Yeah.
Equally, somebody else that's lost 50 kilos, well, they're just impressed that kind of they now look considerably smaller than what they did.
Yeah.
So it's finding kind of what that person kind of understanding what they've achieved.
Yeah.
And then kind of showing them kind of that milestone, if you like.
Yeah.
What we started doing is actually ascertaining how much weight people have lost. Let's just say 50 kilos, for example.
Yeah.
We'll go and get a 50 kilo dumbbell and put it in front of them and say that's how much you've lost, and they can have a picture with it. And then they try and pick it up and they go, Jesus. Because when you put it into perspective, how much people have lost, they don't necessarily see it on the camera either.
Yeah.
I don't know whether you see this, but someone that's got in shape for, let's just say, a photo shoot, for example, that's pretty relevant given what I do.
That's the topic of the show.
That's the topic of the show, topic of the day. If you've dieted somebody for that, they might look fantastic on camera and probably feel very good, but when you show them the camera, they still don't see that person. Like, oh, I could have been better, or
because they're comparing.
They're comparing, and the brain takes a minute to catch up.
Yeah.
So we see that quite a lot as well.
It is. Instagram, innit? You know, it's like all the youth. I was on the other podcast before this. I was on about the youth of today. They don't play curb anymore. They don't play knock or run. They don't know how to communicate, and that's why there's more and more mental health issues, because they're just on phones all the time.
Yeah.
Like I'm walking past kids when I'm on my walks these days, and they don't even look up even if they're going to walk into you.
Yeah.
They're just locked in.
They don't have life experience. Mental health's a massive talking point. I mean, I myself personally went through a difficult period.
Yeah.
Still don't know exactly why kind of that happen. But the one thing I will say is speaking to someone about it is the best thing you can do. And I describe it as you're carrying a massive rucksack with all that weight on it. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what that weight is, but it's there.
Yeah.
You go and speak to somebody and you give them that rucksack. That's what speaking to somebody does. Your knees are still going to hurt for a little bit. And your back's still going to hurt for a bit. Because you've been carrying that rucksack. But it's gone then. So it'll take a minute after that to kind of get back to where you probably want to be. But just having that conversation and giving that baggage to somebody else is absolutely the right thing to do. And there's nothing wrong with doing that at all.
Nah, it's the best way, isn't it?
Yeah.
It clears your chatterbox, I call it. The chatterbox is the voice in your head.
Yeah.
So when did that start, like with the, mental health stuff and all that? Because obviously you've had a lot of success at the end of the day, and I've seen you move mountains in the time that I've known you.
Yeah.
You went from, I'd say, nothing.
Yeah.
Even though you've always been somewhat, but you was nothing to, really one of the most successful photographers in the UK, which is a big milestone. Do you know what I mean? So
I think that in itself put that rucksack on me. To be honest with you, kind of seeing where I need to go and kind of chasing milestones and wanting to be the best and things not being good enough. What's good enough?
Yeah.
What is good enough? I seem to be forging a path myself here, like doing kind of some of the things that we're doing, and certainly the numbers that we're doing.
Yeah.
I've got nobody to compare myself to, and I think just having somebody kind of clarify kind of what I was saying earlier. There's not an age limit. There's certainly not an ideal net worth.
Yeah.
And these things are just not relevant or necessary to happiness whatsoever. Just enjoy life.
Did you feel like it was a certain point where you got in business when, you started to decline in your mental health and stuff? Or
no, I honestly...
You don't. Is it just like a progressive thing over time, and one day you thought,
could well have been, and then just starting to compartmentalize and kind of start to feel a certain way. I think the very fact that I can't pinpoint it on one thing, perhaps
build up,
perhaps highlights that it isn't necessarily one event or trigger. Some people might have had some very unfortunate circumstances which they need to go and seek help for, and they can go, right, well, it was that happened on that date, and I've not been the same ever since. For me, it wasn't like that.
No.
It's just the feeling of starting to not be right, and then just like I said, probably putting it off. We're men here. We always put stuff off longer than what we need to. But then actually going and seeking that help and just literally having a chat with somebody that isn't a partner or a family member or a friend. And then just literally organising your mind a little bit on how you should be thinking properly. Best thing I've ever done. Best thing I've ever done,
100%. Like, when would you say you actually spoke to someone? Like, if you could pinpoint a time limit of you suffering on your own, like
year and a half ago, I would say.
Year and a half ago, you started speaking to someone.
And then probably took a month or two. I probably felt better after the first 4, and then
4 times speaking.
I think some people it might even be 1. For other people it might be longer. It depends, but just having that, putting that trust into somebody and having a conversation with somebody, no matter what it is, just helps you reframe and being honest with somebody.
That's it. Because you've got 2 things what hold you back really in life: the fear of judgment, fear of failure. I feel like you had both there. Do you know what I mean? Because you had the fear of failure, even though you're doing well. You feel like you're failing in your mind, so you're not actually moving forward in your mind.
But the weird thing for me, right, was those feelings were coming from nothing. I was creating them myself.
You create everything yourself.
I remember that's the one thing he said to me. He said, "You don't have real problems. You're just creating them yourself." I remember him saying that.
Well, I've done a lot about the mindset, and I truly do believe you're just paving the future with your mind. Like, everything's an idea. You, where you got to, like, it was always an idea. The idea made you speak to the person and kind of take pictures at your gym. You had an idea to take a picture at the gym. And then it led on to something else. And, that's why I think you can do anything with your life.
100%. I mean, also, just to clarify, my idea of the gym studio isn't original, but it's my gym studio. That's how that's how I've set it up. And we deal with our clients and conduct our shoots in the way that we want to. There's more than one ways to build a house. I feel the way I build mine's the right way.
Well, obviously, it's not like a shoot with Eddie Whitehead if Pony's not playing. And that's playing every single shoot that I've been on.
It's only when you're in.
Unless that's my theme tune.
It's your theme tune. That
Get
one,
the oil out. But I think you're the only person.
At least it isn't P. Diddy.
True. But I think you're the only one with the water studio, though, aren't you?
There was another one.
Is this a copycat as a fraud?
He's a fraudster. No, again, there was another studio. This is actually very relevant because, unfortunately, sorry to say, they've gone under, they've gone bust. We set up our version of that water studio because I wanted the rainwater to be done in a certain way. I also wanted the facility to put some of the lights that we use in the backdrop in a certain way.
Yeah.
So it was more a case of what I was already doing and what was already out there wasn't suitable for me. So I built my own environment, if you like. That's probably a better way to phrase it. Because my God, if I was the first person to do this, I would have patented it.
Yeah.
It's already in the public domain, so you can't do that.
Yeah. You've probably got other ideas of what you're going to be doing, haven't you?
We do.
You're not telling that. So we'll go back onto the mental health stuff. So when you was going through the rough times, obviously everyone's got self-sabotaging behaviours. I was in the cycle of booze. You was as well. Do you want to share a little bit about that and how you overcome it?
Absolutely. Alcohol is a blessing and a curse, isn't it? To some extent.
Yeah.
I think when you have that first drink, and then it kind of fills you with that kind of, we're talking about energy, right?
Yeah.
Fills you with an energy that you can't perhaps, that you certainly at the time don't think you can replicate.
True that.
And I feel like for me, I'd have a drink, like whether I was having a good time or whether I was having a bad time. But then I phrase it like this. If you have maybe 2 or 3, maybe 4 beers on one night, and the next day you want to get back to where you were there, so you do it again, and then you do it again, and then that doesn't quite work the same, so you might have more and whatever else. However, what I learned was when you just stop, right, or just face whatever it is that is going on in your life without that is better. Yeah. Because you get back to where you want to be
and more
without that.
Yeah.
Without that. So I think ultimately I found that when I went through a period where I was enjoying drinking, and I do say I was enjoying drinking because you go home after a day of work, you'd have a beer with your dinner.
It's the ritual, isn't it? You had obviously nice times with your missus and cooking the tea and stuff like 100%. That. So
but then it carried on without her. And I'm doing it by myself.
Yeah.
Who's to say that is necessarily wrong? Because there's many people that enjoy drink at home and whatever else. And I'm not here to bash alcohol or also say that I'm completely sober. Because there might be one day where I do get to a point where I enjoy a drink again. But I don't feel the need for it at all. I don't feel the need to go home and have a drink because of how I feel right now.
Yeah, that's the same as me. I'm 7 months now.
Yeah.
And
do you feel like you want one today?
Nah.
No.
Same. But it's like, that's why when you got this new studio, I never really said this, but when you got the new studio, the white one, it was like new beginnings.
Yeah.
And when you said, do you want to go to that back one?
Yeah.
I never want to go there again because I was always off my box at them shoots.
Yeah.
Like I was never sober there.
No.
Like I'd been on a bender the night before the shoot and coming in like coked up and that, to be honest with you, on the beer and that. So that's not really good memories for me. It's more like that's an old person. I don't like that person.
Yeah.
You know, doing the videos and all that, like under the influence, if I'm being fully transparent with you. So
I think for the same for me, like everyone's got the downtime, right? And I used to enjoy playing on the Xbox or whatever, but I'd enjoy that with a beer.
Yeah.
Shooting zombies in the face after a beer. I had a great time. Have I been on my game since I stopped drinking? No. Because it's just kind of like more perhaps I'd associated that time with that behaviour.
Well, it's out. You're getting out your current state, aren't you? You're detaching from what you've got going in your life. It's like a stress reliever in a way, probably.
100%.
But you have different things, don't you? What you do? It's mad. It's like it's good that it's a part of the past though now. To be honest,
absolutely.
Like I always sort of left the door open when the alcohol me though. Like I wanted to quit 3 years ago and I actually announced last year at the start of the year, oh yeah, I'm sober, put it on the Instagram and all that sort of stuff because I thought if I put it online, you're more likely going to stick to it because you've got other people looking at you and then it's like you can't go back against your word basically. Yeah. You could tell your friend and say, oh, I'm not drinking again, and the next thing you know, you go meet Matt Trafford Centre like I used to meet Joey and you're getting on the packet and then you're on the beer. You know, that was a regular thing.
Yeah.
It's like I didn't drink that much. Like, obviously, I'm 7 months sober now, but if I told someone how much I drank or went on a bender last year, for example, they'd be like, oh, you didn't have a problem, why'd you stop?
This is the thing as well. I think it's very it kind of individualised, isn't it? Like, I mean, 2 beers a night might be a lot for somebody that doesn't drink at all, and somebody that is used to having a lot more.
Yeah.
Like that kind of the amount that you're having isn't necessarily the problem.
Yeah.
It's the reason that you're doing it. That's the problem. And that's also the reason for stopping as well. So I did a shoot prep last year where I went sober for 8 weeks. I'm longer than that now.
Yeah.
That 8 weeks was horrible. I hated myself. I hated how I looked. I hated everything.
Wow.
Because I was doing it for the wrong reason.
Yeah.
I was forcing myself to stop, to try and learn a new behaviour, to achieve a result that was just totally and utterly fake. Right.
So you had a resistance.
Yeah. Whereas this time, it's like, I don't want a beer now.
Yeah.
So I'm just not going to have one. I think if anything, I got bored of it, and I kind of learned that there were other better things in life. And then now, I mean, England are playing at the minute, right?
Yeah.
Not very well, but I think they've got through to the last 16, haven't they? But ultimately, I just see people going out drinking and buying beer, and the beer aisle in my head when I go into Tesco is just non-existent. It's just I found other things in life to enjoy that are better.
Like what? Making love?
Yeah.
Nah, yeah, it's one of them. Like
making photos.
Yeah. Yeah, someone in the water studio.
Yeah.
Put me in.
Yeah.
It's like when I think about all like the Ibiza memories and stuff, like I love them times, but it's like each stage, it's a different chapter of your life. It's like you've got one life, but you're a different person each chapter. It's like school and you're just growing as a person. That's why I was saying there, I left the door open for the drink for 3 years. Like I say, I probably drank around 7 times or something last year if it was counting. But there was 7 intense sessions, like 2-day benders and stuff.
Yeah.
Extreme, because that's obviously what I am. I'm extreme with pretty much everything what I do.
Yeah.
And it was obviously missing for 2 days and all that sort of stuff. And then you don't want to speak to clients. You're being fake really because you're trying to motivate people and you've not been motivated yourself.
Yeah.
And I couldn't really do that. So I'd always feel the sense of guilt.
Yeah.
But then obviously you need that big turning point, don't you, where you think, right, like we probably both had the big well, we 100% have had the big turning point, otherwise we wouldn't be sober, do you know what I mean? But
I think the thing is as well, like nobody's perfect and everyone can and will make mistakes in life. We're only human.
Yeah.
And I think the main thing there, kind of you mentioned about going missing. I think perhaps when I was maybe not, let's just say, not fully focused on work, like I'd be very absent from my work as well. Whereas in actual fact, if I ever went and had a drink again, or probably I should say instead, I've been on a night out with my friends and whatever, and I've just gone out but just done it sober. The next day I'm going to tick my boxes. I'm going to get up, I'm going to have my hydration, I'm going to go to the gym, I'm going to message all my clients back and whatever else.
Yeah.
And those are the bits that you need to do. Like you're a man at the end of the day. You got to go to work. You just got to go and get stuff done. There's no excuse. So if you've chosen a behaviour for whatever else, if you're trying to kind of cut alcohol out or certainly reduce it, and you go, oh no, I've had 5 beers yesterday when I was meant to have any. Great, move on, go back to work and get your stuff done. Just own it.
it's about not dwelling on negatives with anything. It's like stress with work, for example.
Yeah.
If you're dwelling on everything what's bad's going to go on, you're a mirror image of your future self. So
100%.
you're just going to attract more negatives to go on.
Yeah. And it can be more difficult when you've got other things going on.
Yeah.
I mean, just certainly thinking it from a business perspective, we've had it where lots of work and certainly edits. You know, you're always on it with me with the edits.
I'm on it with everyone, mate. That's just how I am.
You're the main cause of my stress.
Yeah. You know what?
Why did you start drinking? Active Clint.
Yeah. You know what though? I'm on it with everything. Like I'll always message people like regular and have touch points. Say if someone books a call in with me, I'm messaging them when they book the call in the morning. Even I went on another podcast with some guy called Ben a couple of weeks ago, and he's like, I know you're a good guy because you're on it, aren't you? Because I was messaging when I was on the way to the podcast in Nottingham. Yeah. He said, you're not missing a trick. I'm like, nah, I don't do any of that messing about stuff.
No, definitely not. But I think in terms of, let's say, other distractions, they don't necessarily have to be kind of alcohol or that type of thing. I think a lot of the time, for me, more recently, it's been work. There's been things happening in work where something isn't quite right. Yeah. And trying to figure out what that is hard, especially when you're in the trenches. Yeah. Trying to figure out what kind of trying to not drink and quit whatever when you're drinking is hard. Yeah. Because you're there. It's just the done thing, isn't it? So trying to find time and the motivation and the energy to take a step back, even if it makes things worse for a second, and go, oh, right, well, that's the problem, and then fix it. is absolutely the right thing to do.
Yeah, 100%. Would you say like you had a key turning point then why you stopped drinking? Like, was there something what happened, or did you just think one day, oh, I'm just gonna stop now?
But just feeling really unhealthy, really unhealthy, and then going and speaking to the doctor about it. And there's not many people, not in respect of alcohol, it was in respect to something else. But ultimately going to the doctor and being, well, here's all my cards on the table.
Yeah.
And he goes, well, it's probably that and that.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, well, just won't do that and that then.
Yeah.
I think as a business owner, you don't have many people in your life that tell you no. Certainly in my life, I've had not many people. I can probably count on one hand how many people in my life have told me no. And that can be very dangerous.
Yeah.
Very dangerous to some people.
Yeah.
So when the doctor had afterwards said, well, I'm doing this, and he goes, well, it's probably those two things. It's like, good, fine. I know what the answer is now. Goodbye, gone.
Yeah.
It's not difficult, is it? And I think that's probably why having a coach is very important.
Yeah.
Because to have that accountability and someone just to almost kind of analyze your life, you might not know what is wrong with your life. I'm unfit.
Yeah.
I don't like how I look.
Yeah.
You don't know why that's the case, which is why you need to ask for some help. And then that's the coach's job to then go, well, it's probably because you have a 6-pack of beer every night.
It's a realization what sets you free.
Yeah.
You need that point of realization. Like I basically got banned from driving last year. Well, it's more than a year ago now because I'm unbanned now, but I think it was around 14 months ago. You know, I was coming back from Liverpool, went to get an emergency passport for Dino, ended up in a bar, driving back and all that, and then got banned basically. So that was a turning point for me, but I didn't listen.
No.
Carried on. And then obviously it was the next year where I had another turning point and I just thought, yeah, I need to knock this on the head. And like I say, I was always in and out of it because it wasn't where I was doing it every single day. It wasn't where I was even doing it weekly. It might have been like twice a month. That's pretty much a normal life for most people, like most normal people. But to get where I want to be, the alcohol can't even be in the same picture.
Yeah, I think that's a very good point as well, because I think if you were saying that you if you call it binge drinking, right?
Yeah.
Was more infrequent, whereas perhaps compared to me, I was drinking less but drinking every day. Just because it was a habit. So there's completely two different, completely different styles of drinking.
Yeah, it is.
Right, and both
Still the same outcome.
We're both the same outcome. The outcome was just taking us further away from what we wanted.
Yeah.
In some respects, just a distraction.
Yeah.
That wasn't needed.
It's true. I mean, life changed since we've stopped and moved forward.
100%.
But in terms of, I was going to ask you something then, but I've got sidetracked really. It was about obviously.
Was it when do I get my edits through?
No, I've already had my edits. I've had all my edits. When do I get my videos through? That's what I wanted to know.
We didn't do your video for that one. Oh no, we did a video for a different thing, didn't
For
we?
my mentor one.
Oh, the mentor one.
But that's not you, is it?
No, technically.
So I was going to ask you something then, about. Obviously, I know you come back from IB, haven't you?
Yeah.
What was IB for like doing it sober? Did you have a couple of drinks over there? Or?
No drinks over there at all. Honestly, hand on heart. But I feel like,
What was it like?
honestly, you don't notice the difference.
I'm going.
Yeah.
So I've got Marbella, and on the 8th, I'm going to go to Marbella for a month till the 4th.
Yeah.
I'm doing a retreat.
Yeah.
Then after that, I'm going to fly to IB for like video a load of memories, comparing it back to Lineker's life, being sober and stuff, which is going to be good. Then I'm going to go to Dubai.
Yeah. I feel like not even just Ibiza, right? Because for me, it's going out, just being in my house and whatever else. I'm so in tune with who I am and what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Now, none of it is even a thought.
Yeah.
And you don't even notice other people doing whatever. Well, that person's having a Nurofen. Yeah, right. Do you know what I mean? In Ibiza, you just don't even, you're just not on that wavelength.
Where did you go when you went over there?
We went to Pikes.
Oh, nice Pikes.
I
like
went to Pikes and we went to a couple of beach clubs.
Have you been Ibiza before?
I've never been. No. So for me, it was a new experience.
Pikes is up your street, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah, is it? It's up your street, isn't it? You went there. It's 25 plus.
Yeah, 27 plus, I think.
Oh, is it 27?
Yeah. So for me, it was a bit different because I'd never been before. This is why I don't think it's a good comparison for me.
No,
because I'd never been to that place before.
You know what though, Pikes is more like you can have it heavy there, but it's the older crowd.
Yeah.
I say older, like our age, but like there's no one like messing about and dropping on the floor and that. It's sophisticated people.
But
really.
no, I'd never been to Ibiza before, ever. So for me, going there for the first time, it was just that's how it is. I suppose it's probably going to be different for someone like yourself who's been before, and then now they're going with a new outlook on life.
Beef?
No, we had it booked and we didn't go. But I think a better comparison for me is going out to a restaurant.
Yeah.
Hannah, my fiance's dad is a retired fine wine merchant. We used to really enjoy a wine.
Yeah.
And then before a wine, you have a beer, and you have a beer with your starter and whatever. And then now just actually being able to go and enjoy food, and not only enjoy food.
Well, actually finish the meal.
Finish the meal. And my God, have I got more room in my calories for more food? I went to Piccolino's the other day, and I was still hungry, so I had a pizza after my steak and chips.
Yeah.
And that was less calories than what I'd normally drink.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
What would you say is like improved the most since you've stopped drinking?
Mindset.
I thought he was going to say bank balance.
Mental. Again, talking earlier about finances and stuff.
Yeah.
It's not that we earn so much money we don't look, but I just don't look like I know what I need to live on and whatever. It's just not, and that's what I wanted. I wanted to live a comfortable life.
Yeah, freedom.
So financial freedom. Yeah. So being completely honest, that money saving wasn't a thought.
Yeah.
Mental clarity, however, massive. Being able to wake up in the morning. I get up a lot earlier before my alarm. I know exactly what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people took the piss out of, I can't remember who it was. There was a guy who did a podcast, Stephen Bartlett.
All right.
And he had 3 beers and it ruined his life and whatever else. He hadn't drank for years, and he had 3 beers, and he said, it's ruined my life. I took 4 days to recover from it.
Wow.
I think I actually would agree that probably is the case.
Yeah.
I can't believe how far sometimes you don't think how far it puts you off course.
Yeah.
In terms of how you think and how you feel and whatever else. And obviously that's different for different people.
Yeah.
If I went out and had a beer and whatever, I wouldn't be able to eat my food the next day. I'd crave something.
Yeah, I don't think it's different for anyone. I think it's the same for every single person.
Yeah.
Just some people are in the cycle that much, they're more unhealthy, so they've got the tolerance because the alcohol's always in the body or the brain.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you get someone who's clean and fresh, and they're like, oh, you can't handle your drink. No, I'm just well healthier than you.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's all it is.
Yeah, yeah.
If someone could tolerate shit more, they're just unhealthy people.
Yeah.
So
I haven't been questioned about it either. I think some people's worry would be, oh, when I go out, what people are going to say, especially women. People might assume that they're pregnant, right?
Yeah.
That's a massive thing. But
it's easier for them then.
Yeah, but I suppose
they won't get mad. You can't say you're pregnant, can you?
No, not yet. But I feel like that's a real concern for people being questioned and quizzed on what they're doing. Probably because they might live the work life like that. They might live the home life like that. And they don't want that another kind of series of questions to come left, right, and centre.
Yeah.
Honestly, that hasn't been the case for me.
Does people ask you or?
No one cares. No, nobody cares. And I think if you're worried about not conforming to a norm and going out and getting smashed watching England.
Do you know what though? I think non-drinking's more popular now.
Yeah.
I actually do. Like when I had the podcast before you, they don't drink.
No.
Sam doesn't drink. Nyla doesn't drink. My best mate Joe doesn't drink.
Yeah.
Dino don't really drink.
No.
Carl doesn't drink.
Really?
Yeah, he has his ups and downs, but to be honest, he doesn't really. For a 21-year-old, like I was drinking a lot, and I was in IB4 with the girls and all that sort of stuff. But he don't really drink for a 21-year-old. Like most of them are going on benders, but I see a lot more people like striving after success rather than, having balloons in the kitchen or something.
Yeah, I feel again going back on to reasons. I think thinking about when and why I started drinking. I'd probably started drinking heavily when I was at my most successful.
Yeah,
but
that's what I was going to ask you actually.
For no reason whatsoever.
No,
other than worried about a failure. So if anything, doing that, I probably came closer to taking myself off this pedestal than I would have done if I just didn't have it at all.
Well, it's self-sabotage,
yeah,
it's like
exactly.
You've got self-sabotage because you think you're not good enough for that place, or you're basically thinking something's going to go wrong, so you'll make something go wrong. Yeah. Or you've got worry, so you use that to ease the stress.
Yeah, yeah.
And then obviously, I remember when I first started, because I've always had drinks and all that since I was 15, like not heavily or out, but obviously when I be for drinking for the full summer, come back, my dad thought I was going to be an alcoholic because obviously I'd done a full 6 months or 7 months drinking every single day. I just stopped it completely, just started training, got back in shape, went over the next year, same again. Not as heavy as the first season, but, I got back after that, didn't drink again, completely cut it out. So I've always been able to cut it out, but then as I've been growing the business, when I started to see the success, I noticed that the drinking was a bit more extreme. You know, the cocaine and stuff like that. It works hand in hand. So that was really what happened to me. And I think it was really celebrating the wins first.
Yeah.
Because you get the serotonin from the win, don't you? But then you get the dopamine from like Coke or beer or whatever it is, or a night out or spending, you know, loads of money.
Yeah.
So then it went through that. But then after a bit, I used to drink when I had lows then.
Yeah.
When I used to have a shit week in business or something like that. And then that was like to make yourself feel good or distraction. So that's how the cycle started for me. So
I feel like as well, I was just thinking back then as well to when were the periods of time that I did drink, and one of them was lockdown.
yeah.
And the second one was start of this year, kind of back end of last year. Again, both of which were force of habit, I think we said, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It's just you have one day of enjoying your drinks, and then the next day you don't feel the best, and you go, oh, I'll do it again, and then I'll do it again.
Yeah.
It's funny how that also works with the gym, right? So you get up in the morning and you have your hydration and your pre-workout, and you go to the gym and you feel really good, and then you want to do that again.
Yeah.
I think that works better for me.
Yeah.
Personally, I feel just as good, if not better, doing that. And obviously, there's better. The side effects of going to the gym and feeling good or looking better.
Get massive. Get sexy on.
Yeah, feeling stronger, being healthier.
Yeah.
Right. So I think that is just better, isn't it? Let's be real.
The one thing what I would say what's changed the game for me, like what I'd never ever miss now is ice baths.
Yeah.
I love ice baths like twice a week, Wednesdays and Saturdays, religiously. I won't miss it.
I could never.
You know, it's unreal. The dopamine what it gives you.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, they say it's like having a line, don't they? But long-lasting one. Have you heard that before?
No, I've never.
That's what they say. Yeah. Well, you see loads of addicts. They do the ice bath. You know, they do the walks and all that sort of stuff. So it's a long-lasting high.
For me, it's road cycling.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I used to ride my bike a lot as a kid. I used to go kind of BMX and dirt jumping and whatever else was really fun. And then all of a sudden, you get to your adult years. It's like, well, you don't really be hanging around the skate park doing that. That's a bit weird for some people, isn't it?
Yeah.
Whereas getting back, I can't believe how much I miss the bike, to be honest, because there's other things that do occupy our life and can be toxic. Being on your phone and kind of just kind of other behaviours as well, which we've already said.
Yeah.
And then putting myself in a position where you just go out on the bike for 2, 3, 4 hours, no phone, no drink, no whatever else.
Yeah.
And you're just free in your own mind.
Yeah.
That was amazing for me.
Which the common thing, what you're doing there, it's clearing your mind.
Yeah.
And distracting from any negatives.
Yeah. Now, on the other hand, I think for some people, I don't, maybe even yourself included, you couldn't think of anything worse than road cycling, sitting in a saddle for 3 hours in the heat, nearly getting hit off by cars and whatever else. I personally love it.
Well, I cycled to Blackpool once on a BMX.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it wasn't a BMX. It was a mountain bike.
Yeah.
And everyone was driving past me on the races because it's obviously Blackpool to think.
Yeah.
It's like, you cycle, you.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm active.
Yeah. But I feel like, I mean, again, there's a certain milestones that people can do with that. There's something I can chase on that, going fast around corners, going better up hills, different types of pedaling.
Yeah, that's
something I like focusing on and working on and getting better.
Progression.
There's loads of different ways to progress. You're not just sat there pedaling. It's a little bit harder than that, but progressing, and then during that time focusing on that. I'm not focusing on other stuff. It's completely clear in my mind, not thinking about work, not on my phone, just scrolling through stuff. How pointless is that? Just looking at. I mean, that's ironic because that's where this is going. but at the same time, it's a waste of some people's time, isn't it? To some extent.
I think if you're giving value to what you're doing, then it's great.
Yeah.
You know, but doom scrolling, obviously.
Yeah.
Going around in circles. I think doom scrolling really is looking at stuff what's not serving you, and it's wasting your time.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you're watching stuff what's actually serving you and moving you forward and educating you and making you feel good, then I'd say, you know, keep doing it.
Absolutely.
It's like me last year when I was going through a negative time, business was going low and all that sort of stuff, and I thought, what's going on here? Like, I was at a low with the mumps and everything, and I was drinking, you know, I was going out and stuff, and said to my mentor, like, it's not working for me, this, I'm not getting enough support, like, I'm leaving. So I was going to leave my mentor, Phil. And he said, what are you doing though? And I was like, I've told this story loads of times, but I'll tell you it again. And I said, what? And I thought, what does he mean by that? What am I doing? And then when I looked at my life at that time, I wasn't joining any support calls with the team, learning nothing. I wasn't looking at the school to learn anything. I was watching fights, doom scrolling in the morning when I was doing my cardio, because I would always do weights and cardio. It's my standards. But what I was consuming on them times and them moments, like even before bed watching Rocky 4, even though it's a class film, it was all pointless stuff.
Yeah.
And then I wondered why I had a negative mindset, and then I'm complaining and talking about negatives.
Yeah.
And my whole life was creating around everything what I'm thinking in my mind. It was just a compound effect of everything what I was doing.
Yeah.
And then obviously it was only when I changed them, I changed me, like you've obviously changed you. That's when your life starts to change.
Yeah.
People think, how do I get successful?
Well, I think people expect it to some extent. And I think it's actually brought me back to what you said earlier about kind of how young people can be quite depressed and whatever. Because Instagram, it's just Lamborghinis and Rolexes, right? It's just, you're not going to get that overnight. I'm still waiting for mine, if I'm being completely honest, right?
But it's all fake anyway, though.
Yeah, well, this is the thing. And I think what you said there in terms of what are you doing? If you just set up, I mean, let's just say, for example, we're in a podcast studio right here. If you just go and set up a room with a load of microphones and a load of textured wall and screens and whatever, and just go, right, where are the clients? Are you going to get any?
Yeah.
You think? I would say no.
Yeah.
You're not, because ultimately you need to do a bit more than that to actually justify it.
Yeah.
And let's spin it the other way and put it on me. Right, if I've set up a gym photography studio and just put all the gym kit in there, get on my lighting and whatever, I mean, and this is me starting a business, right? And then go, right, where are all my customers? They don't know where you are. They don't know who you are. They don't know what it is that you do. You actually have to go and tell them stuff. And then I realized last year as well, I own a fitness photography studio which specializes in kind of people who have in the gym setting, right?
Yeah.
I should probably do that myself. If I'm telling people that they should be doing a photo shoot with us for X, Y, and Z reasons, and I haven't done that myself.
Yeah.
Who am I?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
You're
a fraud.
fraudster.
I'm a fraud,
Yeah.
yeah. So I'm doing one again. 5 weeks.
Oh, yeah.
One again, yeah. Mostly because I really enjoyed it when I did it as well.
We've got our photo shoot, the biggest one in the UK. So
Big, yeah.
that's on the
drop that in there, didn't we?
Yeah,
He is doing the biggest photo shoot in the UK.
the 15th of
I'm
August.
going to have to take a couple of weeks off. I can only apologise for any delay in other people's edits because of him. But no, I think you've done many a photo shoot, right? You've done many a photo shoot alongside what you're doing with your clients, and it's showing your clients that you know kind of the best. Basically, you know what's what. And I suppose you've got a coach for your physique as well, don't you? Right. I think because if one of your clients objects to you and says, well, why do I need a coach? It's like, everyone needs a coach. I've got one.
Yeah.
I can't tell you to have a coach if I didn't have one.
Yeah.
And I believe it's the same with any business. I can't tell you to have a photo shoot if I haven't done one.
Yeah.
And I don't believe in it.
Doesn't make any sense.
No.
It's like going back to pure gym PTs or something like that. They're training people, but they've got the beer gut. You know, you can't really hide your standards by the way you look. Your standards are right there. No matter what you say, you might be saying you're sticking to the plan, or, you know, you're militant, you go gym, whatever.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
If you don't look like it, it's lies. You know?
100%.
You're eating the cupboards out.
Yeah.
As made to yourself.
I think especially with, I mean, my scenario is perhaps a bit more specific because I think you've got to have an understanding of photography and lighting, and certainly the space that you're in to create the product. It wasn't essential for me to do that, if that makes sense. I think for a fitness person who's training somebody to be in shape. I mean, imagine if I was in shape, I didn't know how to use a camera.
Yeah.
That wouldn't work, would
Yeah.
it? Yeah. But I think at the same time, if you're a visual representation of your product, so you want to look the absolute best.
Yeah.
And you can do that by booking a shoot at Eddie Whitehead Photography Studio.
What time is it? Oh, it's 16 minutes. Been talking for an hour.
No way.
Right, well, it's been emotional, hasn't it? Really?
Yeah,
but this
good.
marks 7 years of friendship, doesn't it?
It does.
7 years of friendship.
7 years and counting.
Yeah.
He's not got rid of me yet.
Nah.
There's still time.
Is there anything you want to end it on? Any final words? Do you want to share your Instagram or anything like that?
Instagram, Eddie Whitehead Photography. Actually made me think then. I was thinking, well, what do I have? A phone number? No. Instagram, Eddie Whitehead Photography. The studio one is EW Studios Limited. We're based in the Northwest, Stockport. We help thousands of people a year who've got in shape, showcase themselves at the best. If it's something that interests you, just drop us a message and we'll get you booked in.
Yes, that's it. Thanks for coming on.
Nice one.